Over in lane 8, Paige Dillon got a little backstroke going here, and she and Linnea Calabo will touch right together. Zella Lucas in lane 3 knocking at the door as well. Ella Erickson, who was 12th in the 100 breaststroke, sneaking up over there in lane 6. She may be the leader at the 150 wall. Very close with Catherine Dewick in lane 2. Paige Dillon, Ella, Catherine all right together. Linnea right behind. Kira right there. And Catherine looks like she brought the freestyle, but it's going to be close. And Catherine Dewick of Minnetonka in at 2:25.34. Takes 3 seconds off of her prelim time. A nice way to start our final session here with a great race. And now the B finalists swimming in lane 1, Maya Kangas of Minnetonka. Lane 2, Emma Kern, Aquajets. Lane 3, Grace Rabb, Aquajets. Lane 4, Yvonne Gia, Edina. Lane 4, Brecken Merkel, Aquajets. Lane 6, Anna Farley, Edina. Lane 7, Haley Farrell, High Tides. And lane 8, Ava Allingham of Aquajets. And this field very close after the butterfly. Emma Kern was first at the wall. Emma was third in the 200 back, and she won the 100 back. So she looks to make a little money on this leg. Emma with a 1 second lead over Brecken Merkel. And it looks like Brecken is working the breaststroke pretty hard here. She's got the stroke rate going. And Brecken first at the wall by a couple of seconds. We could do the Rowdy Gaines thing here and say she's going to be hard to catch. And Brecken taking charge. And a nice 2:21.01. And now the A finalists in the women's 200-meter IM. Swimming in lane 1 from the University of Minnesota, Jordan McGinty. In lane 2, also from the University of Minnesota, Kelly McCarthy. In lane 3, from Aquajets, Jordan Wenzel. Lane 4, our top qualifier from the University of Minnesota, Rachel Butler. In lane 5, her Gopher teammate, Megan Van Berkom. In lane 6, from Edina, Katie McCarthy. In lane 7, from the University of Minnesota, Molly Urquille. And in lane 8, from Riptide, Megan Hutchins. This heat is loaded. All these swimmers have A-finaled in other events this weekend. Megan Van Berkom, butterflyer. First at the wall. Lane 6, Katie McCarthy won the 400 IM and the 200 freestyle. Rachel Butler in lane 4, one of the top swimmers in both the 400 IM, the breaststroke, and the backstroke. She is going to work on the breaststroke here a little bit. Also keep an eye on lane 3, Jordan Wenzel. She won both the 100 and 200 breaststrokes. Got a little ground to make up though. We got to keep an eye out for Katie McCarthy's freestyle. If she's in the mix, she's going to be tough coming home. Rachel Butler with the first touch. And we'll see if she can hold off Katie. Katie moving out. And with a great freestyle leg, it's going to be Katie McCarthy with a 2:17.13. Rachel second, Megan third. Our next event, the men's 200-yard individual medley. This will be a mixed heat. The C final. In lane 1, Dylan Purrington, St. Croix. Lane 2, Audrey Soatanto, Aquajets. Lane 3, Thomas McCarthy, Edina. Lane 4, Keegan Duffy, Aquajets. Lane 5, Noah Rab, Aquajets. Lane 6, Drew Plouffe, Aquajets. Lane 7, Kai Taft, Aquajets. And lane 8, Carson Whitty, Aquajets. Noah Rabb, who has finaled in the backstroke, showing off a little bit, and they backstroke leg. He's got the lead right now. And Noah turning first. He's going to swim freestyle while everybody else is doing breaststroke or turns. And this one's going to belong to Noah. 2:13.39. 4.5 second drop for Noah. Now swimming the B final in lane 1, Ryan McGurk, Aquajets. Lane 2, Stephen Asmus, Mako. Lane 3, Matthew Mortensen, Riptide. Lane 4, Nicholas Wheeler, Rochester. Lane 5, Jonathan Bennett, Mako. Lane 6, Connor Hogan, High Tides. Lane 7, Rohan D'Souza, Larson, Edina. And lane 8, Jaco Heidi, St. Croix. As is often the case, this will be a heat of contrasts. In lane 4, Nicholas Wheeler, butterfly specialist. And he is first at the wall, out in 28.01. A couple of 28.2s. Nice and tight. The best backstroker in the group is in lane 6, Connor Hogan. He was fourth in both the 100 and 200 earlier. Very tight for second, right behind Connor. Best breaststroker in the field in that lead group is Matthew Mortensen in lane 3. Also keep an eye on Jonathan Bennett in lane 5. And Matthew first at the wall, but we've got us a horse race. Matthew in lane 3, Nicholas in lane 4, Jonathan in lane 5. And Nicholas Wheeler from Rochester pulling away in the last half a length. And Nicholas will hit the wall at 2:11.76. Another 3-second drop from the prelims. And now the A finalists in the men's 200-yard individual medley. Swimming in the A final in lane 1 from the University of Minnesota, Cameron Kelly. In lane 2 from Riptide, Håkon Naughton. Lane 3 from Aquajets, James Pan. In lane 4, top qualifier, the 400 IM champion from Aquajets, Hayden Zhang. In lane 5 from Aquajets, Michael Phillips. In lane 6 from St. Croix Swim Club, Christopher Morris. In lane 7 from Minnesota, Desmond Sachin. And in lane 8 from the Aquajets, Charles Egeland. Likely to lead the pack down on the butterfly, Håkon Naughton, 200 fly champ. James Pan, also a good flyer, he's right there. Chris Morris, Des Sachin, also outstanding butterflyers over in 6 and 7. Fastest split belongs to Des Sachin. Swimming really fast despite the fact that he hasn't had a haircut since 2017. James Pond sneaking out a little bit here in lane 3. But keep an eye on Hayden Zhang. Hayden Zhang, a 5,300-yard breaststroker. Holds the age group records in breaststroke and IM this event. Still strong over in 6 and 7, Chris and Des. Moving up also, Michael Phillips in lane 5. Hayden touches first at the 150, and then everybody else touching together, it seems, in the race for second place. And a rapidly closing Chris Morris over in lane 6. Not quite enough as Hayden Zhang, 2:06.52. An outstanding 2:07.6 for Chris Morris. And now before the women's 1500, we will take us a 5-minute break. Coaches and athletes have been asked to remind you about the 2021 Futures Championship in West Fargo, North Dakota. They will begin to accept entries for those athletes outside the assigned region on Wednesday, July 14th. Entries will be accepted through the entry deadline, which is essentially midnight Mountain Time on Tuesday, July 20th, or until they reach capacity for the site. The operative idea here is that if you've got futures times and you want to swim in that championship, get those entries in early on Wednesday, July 14th. Lane 3 from Riptide, Keely Tierney. In lane 4, also from Riptide, Catherine Randall. In lane 5 from Edina, Zoe Bresnahan. Lane 6 from Aquajets, Caitlin Arseth. In lane 7 from the University of Minnesota, Maggie Irwin. And in lane 8 from Edina, Frances Muir. Setting the stage for this Heat 2 in the 1500. We have a nice mix of talent from the 400 free and the 800 freestyle swum earlier this weekend. People to keep an eye on. One of them is going to be Keely Tierney of Riptide. She was the 800 meter champion. We also have Catherine Randall next to her in lane 4. She was second in the 400 meter free. Currently in the top 3 in lane 1, Ella Passy of Riptide. She was 4th in the 400. The 800 on Wednesday was a great race. Zoe Bresnahan, swimming in lane 5, was the runner-up at 9:08.7. Keely Tierney, 9:06.5. So a second and a 10th separating those two women. Keely was leading going into the last 100, and Zoe caught up, made a real run, just falling 1 second short. But currently they're battling it out for second as Catherine Randall is pushing the pace here a little bit early on. Catherine did not swim the 800. Ella Passy of Riptide in lane 1, still hanging on to second place. Kind of flying under the radar, but swimming very well in lane 1. Best pace on the board is a 1:08 low by Catherine Randall. Catherine bouncing back a little bit after a mid 34. She's back down to 34 flat, holding that low 108 pace again. 429 at the 400. Only 9 seconds slower than she went in the open 400, interestingly enough. She is truly getting after it here early on. Teammates Catherine and Ella still working it and opening up their lead. Catherine hanging in there in those very low 108s. Ella splitting mid 108s right now. Catherine holding a 108.5. Ella hovering just under 109 pace. Everybody else is 110 plus as Catherine and Ella working on a big lead here. At the halfway point, Catherine 8:29. Looking maybe at about a 17:10 for a final time. That would be her best time this year by 10 seconds. Keely Tierney is in third, holding 110.5 roughly. And Zoe Bresnahan currently swimming in fourth. Her pace is in the mid 111s. Catherine 10-12 at the 800-meter mark. She is swimming a little bit faster when she is eastwardly bound. At 1,000 meters in, Catherine rock solid. And there's Ella's first split over 35. Coming down to 200 meters to go. Catherine shooting for the junior cut, 17-11-29. And a 14:49. Couple of 109s. If she can get back in an 18 or a 17. She could do it. At this pace, she could get a 17:09. As we hear the bells here, we'll check with 100 to go. She's at 15:59. She just needs to get back under a 111, and that ought to work. And 34.8, as is so often the case, that second to last 50 is a slow one. But she will bring it back. Let's get her in, get her under that cut. Remember, we are looking for 17:11.29. And there it is, 17:07.72. Catherine Randall with the junior cut. Ella, 7:15.40. Big shout out to lane 7 for their bell ringing ability. And here comes third place unofficially. As we've got a 1-2-3 sweep for Riptide, Kelly Lee Tierney in at 17:34. Zoe Bresnahan, 17:37. Our next event, the controlled explosion known as the 50-meter freestyle. This is your C final. Lane 1, Natalie Bergian. Lane 2, Skylar Kiefer. Lane 3, Paige Marine. Lane 4, Kaya Georges. Lane 5, Peyton Halim Demanuele. Lane 6, Catherine Duick. Lane 7, Mia David. And lane 8, Sydney Davids. And Kaya Georges. Nope. Okay, we're going to need to take a short pause. Swimming in the B final in lane 1, Claudia Chang, Aquajets. Lane 2, Yvonne Gia, Edina. Lane 3, Melissa Parker, Mako. Lane 4, Madison Potter, Aquajets. Lane 5, Emma Linscott, University of Minnesota. Lane 6, Catherine Sullivan, University of Minnesota. And lane 7, Jordan McGinty, University of Minnesota. And in lane 8, Taylor Williams, Aquajets. And lane 3, Melissa Parker, 26-20. And now the A finalists in the women's 50-meter freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 from Riptide, Elizabeth Bonneville. In lane 2 from the University of Minnesota, Olivia Bloomer. In lane 3, also from the University of Minnesota, Grace Bennon. And one more from the U of M, Maggie Summit in lane 4. In lane 5 from Aquajets, Emma Kern. In lane 6 from the University of Minnesota, Piper Dew. Lane 7 from Minnetonka, Julia Bartel. And in lane 8, also from Minnetonka, Regan Miller. And Maggie Summit convincingly. And we will take a short break. Obviously, we'll be presenting awards. And we'll do a little reboot, repair, recycle, whatever we need to redo with our timing system. So if we could have the 200 IMers and 50 freestylers. I'm sorry, we're not done yet. We're not ready for the awards break. But please be aware, we'll do awards after the 50 free para and the men's 50 free. Your attention, coaches and competitors. We are now going to do awards for the women's and men's 200 IM and the women's 1500. We will then return to the 50 free para and the 50 free for men, and then the men's 1500. So right now, we'll direct your attention to awards ready, and if we could have the women's 200 IM top 8 and the men's 200 IM top 8 report right away. Women's 1500 top 8. That would be Skylar, Erica, Maya, Maggie, Zoe, Keely, Ella, and Catherine. We'll do those awards here as soon as we get everybody at awards ready. Once again, if we could have the women's and men's 200 IMers, top 8, and the women's 1500, top 8 to awards ready, we will proceed with awards. Then we will resume with the men's 50 free para, men's 50 free, and men's 1500 after the awards. And now the top 8 finishers in the women's 200-yard individual medley. Finishing in 8th place from the University of Minnesota, Molly Urkiel. In 7th place, also from the University of Minnesota, Jordan McGinty. In 6th place from Riptide, Megan Hutchins. In 5th place from Aquajets, Jordan Wenzel. In 4th place from the University of Minnesota, Kelly McCarthy. In 3rd place from Minnesota, Megan Van Burkham. In 2nd place, also from the University of Minnesota, Rachel Butler. And the 2021 Speedo Sectional Champion with a winning time of 2:17.13 from Edina, Katie McCarthy. Your attention, 50 freestylers. We are going to be running the 50 freestyle from the diving well end of the pool to the scoreboard end. So a switch in ends. So timers will go to the other end. We will take then a 12-minute break and swim the men's 1500. Next up, though, is the awards for the men's 200 individual medley. Followed by the awards for the women's 1500, and then we resume the controlled explosion known as the 50 free. And now the top 8 finishers in the men's 200-yard individual medley. Finishing in 8th place from Minnesota, Cameron Kelly. In 7th place from Riptide, Hakan Naughton. In 6th from the University of Minnesota, Desmond Sachen. In 5th place from Aquajets, Charles Egeland. In 4th place from the Aquajets, James Pan. In 3rd from Aquajets, Michael Phillips. In 2nd place from St. Croix Swim Club, Christopher Morris. And our champion with a winning time of 2:06.52 from Aquajets, Hayden Zhang. And now the top 8 finishers in the women's 1500-meter freestyle. In 8th place from Mako, Skylar DuPont. In 7th place from Minnetonka, Erica Schraber. In 6th place from the Piranhas, Maya Bergstrand. In 5th from the University of Minnesota, Maggie Irwin. In 4th place from Edina, Zoe Bresnahan. In 3rd from Riptide, Keely Tierney. In 2nd from Riptide, Ella Passy. And the 2021 Speedo Sectional Champion with a Junior Summer Speedo Summer Championship Junior National Cut of 17:07.72 from Riptide, Catherine Randall. And now the men's 50-meter freestyle para swimming in lane 4 from Mako Aquatics, Tom Watry. Tom's qualifying time 30.43. And 30.16. Now the men's 50-meter freestyle C final. Lane 1, Matthew Glenna. 2, Ryan Long. 3, James Pan. 4, Liam Neary. 5, Keegan Duffy. 6, Karsten Reuter. 7, Drew Plouffe. And 8, Evan Schrader. And now the competitors in the B final, swimming in lane 1, Max Dow from Aquajets. Lane 2, Liam Bergerson, Blackline. Lane 3, Joshua Johnston, Minnesota Flyers. Lane 4, Henry Webb, Aquajets. Lane 5, Casey Stowe, University of Minnesota. Lane 6, Grafton Parlett, Rochester. Lane 7, Cole Davin, Westbrook Seals. And lane 8, Michael Thurk, Aquajets. Casey Stowe of Minnesota, 24.68. And now the A finalists in the men's 50-meter freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 for Mako, Andrew Hansen. In lane 2 from Blackline, Hans Hover. Lane 3 from the University of Minnesota, Tom Dunker. In lane 4, for our top qualifier from the University of Minnesota, Lucas Farrar. In lane 5 from St. Croix, Will Whittington. In lane 6 from Riptide, Jackson Kaler. Lane 7 from the University of Minnesota, Shane Roseboom. And in lane 8 from High Tides, Connor Hogan. We're going to keep an eye on the time for William Whittington. His qualifying time was close to the junior national cut. They have 23.19. He's got Lucas to chase. And Lucas in at 23:06. William in second, 23:77. We now have a 12-minute break. Since we have a swimmer doubling from the 50 to the 1500, imagine that. And we will begin at 6:25 p.m. Could we please have the top 8 finishers in the men's 50 freestyle and the champion in the men's para 50 freestyle report to awards ready? We'll take advantage of this break to present awards for the men's 50 freestyle as soon as we get everybody gathered. Well, men's 50 free top 8, men's 50 free para. To awards ready, please. Also, women's 50 free. Women's 50 free top 8, men's 50 free para, and men's 50 freestyle top 8. To awards ready, please. And now the top 8 finishers in the women's 50-meter freestyle. Finishing in 8th place from Minnetonka, Regan Miller. In 7th from Minnetonka, Julia Bartel. In 6th place from Riptide, Elizabeth Bonneville. We had a tie for 4th between the University of Minnesota's Olivia Bloomer and Aquajet's Emma Kern. Finishing in 3rd place from the University of Minnesota, Grace Bennon. In 2nd place, also from the University of Minnesota, Piper Dew. And the 2021 Speedo Sectional Champion with a time of 25.59 from the University of Minnesota, Maggie Summit. And now the awards for the men's 50-meter freestyle para. Finishing in 1st place, our champion with a time of 30.16 from Mako Aquatics, Tom Watry. And now the top 8 finishers in the men's 50-meter freestyle. Finishing in 8th place from Mako Aquatics, Andrew Hansen. In 7th from Riptide, Jackson Kaler. In 6th place from High Tides, Connor Hogan. In 5th place from Blackline, Hans Hover. In 4th place from the University of Minnesota, Tom Donker. In 3rd place from the University of Minnesota, Shane Roseboom. In 2nd place from St. Croix Swim Club, William Whittington. And the 2021 Speedo Sectional Champion with a winning time of 23.06 from the University of Minnesota, Lucas Farrar. And now the competitors in Heat 2 of the men's 1500 meter freestyle time final. Swimming in lane 1 for Riptide, Matthew Mortensen. In lane 2 for Aquajets, Jerry Zhu. In lane 3 for Mako Aquatics, Andrew Hansen. In lane 4 for the University of Minnesota, Christopher Nagy. In lane 5 from Riptide, Timothy Rizzo. Lane 6 for Riptide, Evan Kinseth. And in lane 7 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Gunnar Severson. And as was the case with the women's 1500 earlier today, this field is loaded. It has the elite swimmers from the 800 and 400 freestyles. Some of the credentials in lane 1, Matthew Mortensen was 6th in the 800. Lane 2, Jerry Zhu was 6th in the 400. Andrew Hansen, 10th in the 800, B final champion in the 400. In lane 4, Christopher Nagy won the 800, was 2nd in the 4. Lane 5's Timothy Rizzo was 2nd in the 8, 2nd in the 4. Evan Kinseth, 4th in the 800, 5th in the 400. And Gunnar Severson over in lane 7 was 8th in the 800, 10th in the 400. Best seed time, Christopher Nagy, the 800 meter champion, and he is setting the pace right now. Christopher Nagy settling in at a mid to high 104 pace. 500 meters in, Christopher Nagy has picked it up a little bit after kind of a soggy fourth 100. 104 pace again. Currently swimming in second place is Timothy Rizzo of Riptide. It is between Jerry Zhu and Evan Kinseth for third at this stage. At the 700 meter mark, Christopher Nagy still very much in control. Just looking at the futures time standards, Jerry Zhu in lane 2 just hit an 8:47.45, just missing that cut of 8:40.69. But Jerry Only 14 years old, swimming with the big kids. Although Andrew Hansen, only 15 in lane 3. Lane 7, Gunnar Severson, 15 years old. Thousand meters in. Christopher Nagy still holding that low 104 pace. Timothy Rizzo in the mid 105s. That's your 1-2. And the aforementioned Jerry Zhu and Evan Kinseth are battling it out for third. .300 meters to go. Your attention, 50 freestylers. We are going to offer a 50 freestyle time trial, men and women, if you were in the A, B, or C final. This will be after the awards for the men's 1500. It will be considered a separate session at no cost to you. So if you would like to time trial a 50, and you were in the men's or women's A, B, or C final, please report to the admin clerks at the scores table. Right there, waving his finger in the air. So a 50 free time trial available to all swimmers from the A, B, and C finals. No cost to you. And this will happen after the awards for the 1500 for the men. The bells for Christopher Nagy as he will swim down and see the happiest color for a distance swimmer. Timothy Rizzo solidly in second place. And it looks now like Evan Kinseth has taken control of third place over Jerry Zhu. And Christopher Nagy, a 16:05.56, unofficially our 1500 meter champion. And second place will go to Riptide's Timothy Rizzo, 16:19.92. Next in, Evan Kinseth, then Jerry Zhu. Jerry Zhu, lane one, we have a state record and a futures cut. Congratulations, Jerry. Jerry, 16:31.68 for state record in the 13-14 age group and a futures cut. Milers, don't go too far away. We're going to do the awards here for the men's 1500 very shortly. And then to any 50 freestyler who would like to time trial the 50 after the awards. Again, no cost to you, separate session, so event limits don't apply. If you swam in the A, B, or C final for men or women, this time trial is open to you. Check in at the admin clerk at the scores table. And men's 1500 top 8, if you could report to awards ready just as soon as you check in with your coach so we can present the awards for the 1500 and then begin the time trials. Could we have the 1,500 meter finalists, top 8, report to awards ready, please? I'd like to recognize our finalists. That's Jack Pillsbury, if he's still in the building, Gunnar, Matthew, Andrew, Jerry, Evan, Tim, and Christopher. To awards ready, please. And here are the top 8 finalists, top 8 finishers in the men's 1,500 meter freestyle. Finishing in 8th place from the Westbrook Seals, Jack Pillsbury. In 7th from the Southeast Metro Sharks, Gunnar Severson. In 6th from Riptide, Matthew Mortensen. In 5th place from Mako Aquatics, Andrew Hansen. In 4th place with a new state record time and futures cut of 16:31.68 from Aquajets, Jerry Xu. In 3rd place from Riptide, Evan Kinseth. In 2nd place from Riptide, Timothy Rizzo. And our 2021 Speedo Sectional Champion with a winning time of 16:05.31 from the University of Minnesota, Christopher Nagy. It looks like we have no takers for the 50 free time trial. But we do have a special record attempt time trial coming up from the Minnesota Gophers. The long course meter school record in the 200-yard medley relay is 1:41.55. And we are going to have a record attempt here by Tom Donker, Max McHugh, Des Sachin, and Lucas Farrar. This is a 200 medley relay time trial. The team of Donker, McHugh, Sachin, and Farrar from the University of Minnesota. (26-23) for Tom Donker. Good start. Looking for something with a 6 in it here from Max McHugh. (26-46) for Max. And now Dez. Dez had a full weekend, but he's looking tough. And the anchor will come from the man who ran away with the 50 free. And Lucas is in the water, 24.98 for Desmond. Remember, we're looking for a 141.55. Feels good. Feeling good. There it is. 139.63. A new University of Minnesota varsity record in the 200-meter medley relay. Congratulations, gentlemen. And a footnote, that group tied the 400 medley relay record in the event. I'm sorry, they beat the 400 meter relay record. Max tied the 100 meter breaststroke record. So it's been a tough weekend for the Minnesota Record Board. Congratulations, Gophers. Congratulations to all of our swimmers. A big thanks to all of our officials, our timers, and our meet personnel that made this an outstanding Speedo Sectional. Big thanks to Speedo and also to Toyota for their sponsorship of this championships. Travel home safely, everybody, and we'll see you next time.